welcome to 3D Studies. This is me Adjective and I read in class 9th, and I again welcome you all guys to this amazing interesting platform for study. So let us begin with understanding the part of speeches. Even though you are knowing with the very previous videos, as we are just doing to complete the series of grammar, we have a lot of discussion upon the part of speeches. And even though I told you that we have completed letter and words, and even though phrases and clauses, we have talked in my second video, and that was part number 2, and that comprises of somewhat sentences and their kinds of sentences. Now today I am back to tell you about part of speeches as I promised to you. Now, as we formally are knowing about part of speeches, but you didn't just be aware of these terms which are going to come under this. So let us see first of all what are the topic and what are the factors are going to come under part of speeches. So are you guys ready? Let's begin. We have part of speeches. Part of speeches are further have many factors. Let me write for you all. Let's have a cloud formation. Then we'll write under that what are the parts of speeches. Like we have part of speeches number 1 as noun. Then the second we have as your favorite one, that is pronoun. Hope so this much clear. Then what are more? Deciding these two, we get more, that is your best one that you really hope so like, that is verb. Whatever you are doing is simply refers to your verb. Then what are the more? We have noun, pronoun, verbs and adjectives. Then what we more have? That symbol refers to your as conjunctions. Then see what more we have. We have noun, pronouns, verb, adjectives, conjunctions. Then we have adverbs. Then what more we have? You can see how much there are the parts of speeches comprises of. Then after adverb we have preposition. Alright, prepositions. The spelling once a minute. Yeah, we have noun, pronouns, adjectives, and then we have preposition. Alright, okay, preposition. Then what we have more? We have like here the interesting one, and that you really hope so like, interjections. Let me just pick the cloud. We have interjection. So these are the following factors which comes under your topic parts of speeches. You may be somewhat familiar with the terms noun, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, conjunctions, but somebody do not know about prepositions, interjections, adverb. But don't worry, I'm not gonna only to tell you these 3 terms. I'm going to tell you all the terms, including from the starting of noun with the pronoun, adverb, verb, adjective, prepositions, conjunctions and interjections. We will have a good talk on every and each of the topic. Hope so you understand. So let us begin with the first topic that we have, noun. So before going further, if you want to write with me, you can write the parts of speeches, or even though you can take the screenshot. Hope so you have taken the screenshot. Now let's move further with the first part that I told you was noun. Now let's understand the interpretation of noun and what it says. Now let's begin with understanding somewhat in brief of noun. When you listen this word noun, what comes to your mind? You are knowing and you are aware of these terms noun in very earlier classes. You know that noun comprises the name of any of the person or even the place or even the things. But you forget to write the basic two things that are also come here, a material and a feeling. And feeling of what? Abstract noun. You're knowing about that now? Any abstract feeling. Would you like to write abstract or feeling? You can, even though as per your interest you can write whatever you want. Now see, noun simple refers to your name of anything. We can write over and indicate noun as name. Now name. Noun is the name of any of the persons, place, thing, material or an abstract feeling. Hope so this much is clear to you. Now let's see the example of noun. What could be the example for the noun can be? So if I write the example of noun, what we get in the example of noun? Like we are knowing the words example as Ram, Sita, Lakshman and many others name. Even though the places like Delhi and we have Kolkata, even though if you talk about material, the box, the furniture, if we talk about the thinking, like care, if we talk about the abstract feeling and even the thinking, they can be dependent on each other. Now let's see some of the examples in a sentences. So the first example that occurs here is, we have Czar was a king. You are knowing about Czar in the history of class 9. Hope so you are aware of that term, and if you are aware, that's amazing and really great. Now let's see what's happening over here. If you are set to find out noun from this particular sentence, how you'll find? Simple, what you'll do? You will pick the noun as you will see there is any name of a person, place, thing, material or abstract. Simple. Then here if you look upon the topic or a sentence, you can easily say that Sar is a name of a person. So if you are set to just pick out the noun from the sentences, how you will do that? Very simple. You will underline the word Zar and you will say Zar is a word that is of a person name and refers to your as noun. Hope so this much clear, the gist of noun over here. Now let's understand more kinds of noun and the interpretation of noun. You can take the screenshot from this. Now let's understand more about the kind of sentences. So, as I formally tell you before also, we are going right now to look upon the topic kinds of noun. So, as you are not saying properly on the topic of noun, but really the topic of kinds of noun is really very important as per your perspective of your exam. Let us see what is the interpretation of noun and their kinds are. So if I write, let me erase this also. Today we'll talk all about noun, their basic kinds, their basic example, and really just believe on me, if you're just studying with 3D studies right now, you will have no problem for understanding the topic and even though to give the answer as suitable as for your particular question. And respectively, I'm talking to your exam point of view. So definitely you want to achieve your exam as a best marks. So for that you needed to watch this particular video till the end. And the upcoming video will be on pronouns. We will study each topic like noun, pronouns, as I told you before also, each topic in further detail, and even though in more about as per the prospective exam, and even though to give you the gist of that particular topic. So let's begin without wasting time of the topic kinds of noun. Kinds of noun is simple if you want to understand kinds of noun. So don't go and just sit down to study a book or a particular chapter. No. Just believe on me, when you are understanding the kinds of something, even the noun, pronoun, and many topics will be there, etc. You need to understand that kinds depend upon the manner of writing or speaking whatever the topic we are actually seeing. Like right now we are seeing noun. So when you are just reading the kinds of sentences, so look and study the topic as you are reading the manners, how manners are changing. When you are reading the first kind as a common noun, you will see that what are the factors and how the manners are changing. When you read a proper noun, so you need to compare the topics of common noun and proper noun, that what are the changes are there, what are the comparison, similarity, differences between them actually are or occurring are. And by that, if you understand the basic thing, the manner of differences and similarity between the kinds of any of the topic, you can understand the interpretation of the topic. Hope so this much clear. So by this good thing, let us see what are the kinds of noun are. So basically kinds of noun comprises of your first we have common noun. The second we have as proper noun. Then the third we have as collective noun. Let me write all, then I'll tell you. Then we have, as I told you before also, abstract noun. And two major we all also have, but they are not comes in the category of kinds of noun, because the two which I am going to tell you in this particular just have a shape, so that will be somewhat different from kinds of noun, but comes in the category of noun, and they are your countable and uncountable nouns. You will just have some of the very small understanding of these topics, and these somewhat in brief. So let's begin with common noun. So let's see what common noun actually says. So if you want to just write the definition of noun, of a common noun, how you will write in the particular examination. How? Simple. Common noun is that type of noun which have something in grouping. And here your common noun finished. What, ma'am? How? Give me the proof. I'll give you. Like we have a common noun. Let me have an example, then you can have a very crucial way for understanding this common noun. Okay, let me write the example, then I'll tell you more about common noun. Like we have, boys are playing cricket. So you have boys are, you can use here the word the boys are playing cricket. Hope so this much clear. Now if I really ask to you that there are particular, you have a ground over here, and in this ground the boys are playing cricket. Now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 boys, as in hypothetical way you can take. Alright. We have 6 boys over here. Now, you said that these all boys are playing cricket. Okay, that's amazing and right, and even though good. Now I ask you, can you tell me the name of my brother? Like all the boys are there are somewhat sons of any of the persons. Some are brother and sister, and some are just kids of someone, and dash and dash. So as I just ask you, from these boys, can you tell me who is the brother of mine without having the name in the sentence? Can you able to tell? Definitely not, because there is a reason. In the sentence, they are only written the grouping word that they are the boys. Not a particular name of any of the boy is given. So how I am able to just tell you the name of your brother? That is only you need to understand. What I mean here, let's have one more example. I have 3 books, 1, 2 and 3. And I write over a sentence that my books are kept in cupboard. Sorry, here cupboard. Or in a just almirah. Alright. My books are kept in almirah. As I told you that my books are kept in almirah. Now I ask you to just pick the book of English literature and give me from this sentence. Not as a reality, but in a hypothetical way you need to understand. I ask you to give me the book of English literature from these 3 and give me. How you will give? You will say, I am not able to give. I cannot give. Why you cannot give? Because there is a reason. They are only written the books. They are only written the grouping of words, books, that there are following books. But there is no specific names are given of the book. Same here happens. So these type of just persons or even the things or even the feelings when kept in a grouping format is simple refers to your common noun. You can have more example like boys, teachers. Teachers is a very good example. Like in your school there are many teachers, but you are just taught by your teachers, as in English a specific teacher, Hindi a specific teacher, Math a specific teacher. They all are just different from each other now. Someone will teach English, Hindi and etc. That thing you need to understand. If you are just asked that how many, what are in your school, how many just person are there and how they are reversed. So you will say that the persons who are in my school are referred as teachers. Now I ask you, who is the English teacher of the school? Then you will speak this. The teachers are taught me English. Sorry for here. The teachers taught me English. You will say no. You will speak a specific name of your particular English teacher. That thing is measured over here. If you want to understand common noun, something when it is written in a grouping format is simple refers to your common noun. Now let's understand about proper noun. If you want to take the screenshot, you can. Now let's move to the understanding of proper noun. Alright. Now we have here as the second topic proper. Here we have the second topic. I am writing for you also, you can understand easily. Here we have proper noun. As I told you before also in the common noun, that something that is written in a grouping format is simple refers to your as a common noun. But when there is a specific name given, like we have that same example for your understanding, like we have there 6 boys. We have 6 boys as they are refers to boys as they are in grouping. Now I name them this A, this boy as B, this boy as C, this boy as D, this as E, and this as F. Now I said you that please call my brother from that particular ground where all the boys are playing cricket and my brother's name is A. Then you will fast go and you will just say to A that your sister is calling. Very easy. We can have example like here. We were talking about books in the almirah. So as we are having the 3 books, let me just, sorry for here. Yes. Like we have the books in the almirah. First book, then we have second book, then we have third book. So this is the book of somewhat English, this is of math, and this is of SST. Hope so this much clear. As you are knowing that these all have together a group of books. Alright, now I said you please pick the books from the almirah. Would you be able to do? No. But if I say please just pick the book from the almirah with the name of SST, you will definitely go fast and you will pick that. That you need to understand in the proper noun. If there is particular name given, that refers simple to your proper noun. Like we can have an example that my name is Adya. So as I am a person with a specific name, with a particular name, that simple refers to my name. If many of the girls are standing with me, so they all are girls, they do not have a specific name. But if we are knowing the particular name of each girl, that refers to your proper noun. Like here we have the name for every of the boy, A, B, C and C, and we have C, D, E, F. In this particular group of books, we have the name like English, Math and SST. So these things, while keeping in your mind, you can understand very easily that common noun comprises of grouping and proper noun comprises of a particular name. Hope so this much clear. Now let's move further for understanding very fastly about 2 things that we have: collective and we have abstract noun. Collective noun, simple, when there is something like a breed. You have seen the animals walking together, like these are the animals walking together in groups. So they have somewhat a name, their group have somewhat a name. Like you have a good example, let me draw, then I'll tell you. Yes, then here is your library and there are for the many books. There are for the many books. But it simple refers to the name. These grouping of books are simple refers as one place, and that place name we have as library. Hope so this much clear. The grouping of books are refers to your as library. And if you want more example, then I'll tell you. Just a second. Like you have many of the team, you have a play in your school and we make 2 teams. So there are many for the student who are participating in that particular team, and that grouping of people are refers to as what? They refers to as library? No, they have a grouping of that particular people with the specific grouping name that refers to your team. We have more example. Let me write for you all. Then I'll tell you. Like we have, what could be more? Like we have army. So army is a grouping of people named as who are just fighting for a country. Simple. Then what more we can have? Like we have right now also earlier team. And what more we can have? Simply we have as mob. That is simple refers to your crowd. Alright. So these are the terms which used to have a group of people, material or anything, but that group have a specific name. Hope so this much clear. Like we have one more example, flower and this is a singular. If we talk about the plural of noun with many of the flowers, it simple refers to your as bunches. Alright, so when you have a singular thing, simple. When you have a grouping of something like a flower grouping, simply call your bunches. The grouping of the people who are fighting against our country for just protecting our country, that simple refers with the group name as army, as team, mob, as a crowd, and here your collective noun phrase. Now let's move to the abstract noun. Abstract noun is simple refers to and can be answered as the following term: feeling. Feeling, what do you mean? Feeling of happiness. When in the sentence, when you are reading the sentence, you are feeling something, you are getting the feel of happiness, of sadness, of angriness, or what could be more can come in that, like care. There is a sentence written that a daughter is giving water to her mother as she is not well. So in that particular sentence, what we are getting, that there is a feel of care, that there is particular care. Happiness, I am very happy today. By the sentence, what do you just get it? That I am really happy today. I am really very frustrated today. Why frustrated? Because by this we are getting the feeling of sadness. I am very angry. Very angry today. Why? Because there is a feeling of abstract with the angriness. Hope so you are clear with collective and abstract noun in a very fluent way. Now let's move to the last point, not as a kind but to understand you all. That is simple refers to your countable noun, and then we have uncountable noun. What simple refers to? Let me have the example, then I'll tell you. Like we have the example as countable, that can be count, uncountable, that cannot be count. Like if I write I have two biscuits, so there are a specific name that I have a 2 biscuit. If I write that I have 1 milk, not as a pouch, I am talking about a specific milk as a liter. I have 1 milk. Is it a good way to saying I have 1 milk? What 1 milk? 1 drop of milk, one basket of milk, what you are actually referring? If I just erase this one, then here written I have a milk. That is a specific thing that you have a milk. If you want to give just a specific term for the milk, we can have I have 1 liter of milk. From this it is clear that you have a milk by 1 liter. But if I just request you to count the drops of the milk, are you able to? No. That is why they come under the uncountable. Like we have more sugar. Is you able to just count one point of the sugar? Absolutely not. Then we have rice. We have pulses. What could be more? We have cream. We have soup. Anything that comprises liquid or a very huge capacity like sugar and rice pulses, that simple comes in the category of uncountable noun. Countable, if you talk about 2 biscuit, 1 frock, I have 1 frock. What could be more? I have 10 rupee. So these type of terms which can be easily countable are simple refers to your as countable noun, which are not countable are simple refers to your uncountable noun. Now we have discussed a lot about countable, uncountable. We have a good description upon the topic proper noun, common noun, abstract noun, material noun. And now I said you to please subscribe the channel, share this video to your friends so they can also get benefit and can learn the kinds of noun in a fluent way. And as I formally before also told you that next topic that is upcoming is going to be held of proper pronouns, as we have discussed today a lot about noun and a brief about kinds of noun. Now I'll be back with coming of pronoun with a good prefix and example for your particular good and easiest way of explanation. Till that, it's your duty to subscribe the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon so you cannot miss any of the update, because this series is only going on. And if you want to watch any other subject like English, SST, and even the biology, history, geography, you go and the channel of 3D Studies. There are placed various playlists for your particular chapters of history, geography, and various. You can go and easily watch that, and whole chapter is covered in very less time for your particular easiest way of explanation taking in mind. Till that, thank you and bye-bye.